Okay, so hi everybody. Today our guest at the University of Padua in the frame of the Frontiers of Chemistry seminary series is Gilles Gasser, who is an internationally renowned expert in inorganic chemistry. And so Gilles, would you like to explain us what concerns bioinorganic chemistry and what are the perspective, the application perspective of this research field?
Okay, bioinorganic chemistry is a very broad field of research, but I will maybe focus more on the use of metal complexes, so a compound which contains at least one metal ion in medicine. And I have tried to explain during this seminar the importance of such compound in today's medicine, and I have tried to give some perspective of what could be done in the future to increase even further the number of metal-based drugs which are approved. I would like maybe just to say a few examples of compounds which are currently used, unfortunately in situations which are not always ideal, but today a patient which is diagnosed with cancer has more than 50% chance to receive a metal-based drug during his or her treatment. Another example, which is possibly more positive, it's a MRI, and the compound which is given to enhance the contrast is a gadolinium-based compound. So these are two examples which makes actually medicine better because of the use of such compounds.
Yeah. And of course, everybody knows about the importance of fighting against cancer. And there is a lot of research on this respect with metals, without metals. But of course, as you explained us, metals can be useful also for curing for healing other diseases compared to cancer that are perhaps a bit neglected, but still very, very important to fight, right? So, so can you tell something about, for example, the antifungal application that you mentioned in your lecture?
So a few years ago, our research group has decided to enter into a new field of research, and it is the use of some organometallic complexes. So an organometallic complex, just to make sure that everyone knows, it is a compound which has at least a metal-carbon bond. And we have decided to explore actually the activity of such compound as an antifungal agent. What probably people are not aware, because they quite often associate fungal infection with fungal infection under their feet. 70% of the world population has such infection, which can be treated. However, fungal infections are much more serious. People are dying from fungal infection, from general fungal infection. And we have really demonstrated that the addition of an organometallic compound into a known drug can make a significant difference and overcome resistance. And it is very interesting because the compound is not toxic per se, but is extremely active again as an antifungal agent. And we really hope in the future that the preliminary results that we have obtained can really encourage more research groups to work on this field, which is important. Why it is important? Because in 2022, the World Health Organization, the WHO, has put fungal infection as a priority in the priority list of strains to fight. So really the emergency of the situation impose actually new innovative method to be tackled. And this is exactly what we want to try with an idea, maybe which will not work, but which definitively deserves to be tried.
Yeah. And do you think that with the aid of this approach, it will be possible to develop medicine that is also cheap to produce, also for treatments, extensive treatments also in less developed countries?
This is clearly the aim, and every time we test a compound, we are absolutely certain that this compound could be given in less developed countries. It is interesting, for example, to know that the WHO says that a compound for certain, like malaria, the drug should not cost more than €1.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is really has to be kept in mind when we are doing chemistry, and we really try to go for simple compound. Indeed, that's very important point that you are mentioning.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.